Soundstripe.
Trying to get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone.
Soundstripe.
Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah.
Welcome back to the X&O Sports Show. I'm your host, Ricky G. Stanley, and today, I'm hoping everybody in the year is starting off great. Today is the new year, January 1st of 2022. Start this year off with a bang. Everybody knows that this is the favorite part of my year, bowl season. We got bowl games every day. So as of today, we have a full set of games starting from 12 o'clock all the way running through tonight. First game, Penn State versus Arkansas, which is on right now. They're lighting up on both sides. Not a lot of scoring, but a lot of turnovers. But I've never seen Arkansas and other teams run that 3-3-5 defense the way they've run it. Those front three control the run, those backers control the pass, and that back end, they're not giving up nothing deep. So that means you only got the flats. And if you're a good tackling team, it's kind of hard to stop. I mean, it's hard as an offense. It's hard to beat them if they're a very sound tackling team. So my money's on Penn State. I think Arkansas could, take them down, but it's gonna be a good game. Next up will be Oklahoma State versus Notre Dame. This will be the first game that their head coach Brian would not be there. So would Notre Dame look different slightly? I don't know, but I think it's gonna be a lot of action. Iowa versus Kentucky would be the I want to say that is the 6 o'clock game. Then you got Utah versus Ohio State, which is the game that I'm looking forward to. It's gonna be a lot of offensive explosion between Ohio State and Utah. Utah is no one to sneeze at, so Ohio State, don't fall asleep. And we're gonna cap the night off with Baylor versus Ole Miss. I feel like Baylor has showed up at the end of the season. They've been playing well, but their name got bigger as the year went along. I don't feel like Ole Miss is going to have enough to beat them, but it should be entertaining. I feel like all these games should be competitive, which leads to my next topic, the bowl games last night. College playoff games, in my opinion, they went as well as we thought they would. However, Georgia stumped a mud hole in them. I can't believe that Georgia beat Michigan down that bad. I really didn't know how bad it was going to be until the coin flip. When I saw the captains from Michigan walk up and Georgia walk up, there was a tremendous size difference then. Then I started scrolling through the roster. Then I scrolled through the other roster, and I'm like, unless Michigan has something that I think that they didn't have, it's going to be bad. I think I made a tweet. I said there's a severe size advantage, and it's in the favor of Georgia. I also stated that the effects of this outcome could be bad for Michigan, and it was. Like I said, it was bad. Michigan really didn't stand a chance. But, we all predicted that Georgia would win, but I didn't think they were going to beat them up the way they did. You can beat somebody on the scoreboard, but they physically beat them up. Michigan is a run-style team. They had one guy to block down and pull two guards on a power play. That defensive end, number 44, don't remember his name, he meets the guard and blows him up. Blows him up. So, as the running back, if you're running and reading him, you got to cut that inside. And it was hats on hats after that. And it sounded like a bunch of machine guns going off of them. Everybody was getting hit. Like I said, poor Michigan. Back to the drawing board. Their season is over. As for Alabama and Cincinnati, that game went different than I thought it would. Like I said, even though the score is 27-6, the score doesn't show what really happened in that game. Cincinnati's offense couldn't do anything against the Alabama's defense. I predicted that. But I didn't expect the Cincinnati defense to show up as good in the passing game as they did. I heard about, they got a lockdown corner. They got some good guys in the secondary. But I'm just I feel like Georgia had a decent secondary. And, of course, Alabama lit them up. They couldn't throw the ball on these guys. They had 3 touchdowns, but that tight end touchdown, I think it was his 3rd touchdown. He scored that because of great play calling. First of all, they had a guy in motion. He faked the jet. After he faked the jet, he threw his shoulders to the right and did a throwback pass to the tight end. That's a lot of eye candy. That was a great play call, and they executed it perfectly. However, they did get a personal foul because the guy he said he tried to rip the ball out, but he pulled the guy's helmet off. So that was bogus. But they got an additional 15 yards, so they got him closer. I feel like Cincinnati's secondary did play a lot better than I thought. And they did get some pressure on the quarterback from Alabama. 27-6. It's a bad score, but they played better than I thought they would. So, Cincinnati, hey, you played with the big boys. You lost, but it builds momentum for their program going into the next year because, hey, we can play with these guys. We just got to revamp. That offense was not enough, but now we're going to get to see the rematch between Georgia and Alabama this year. To be honest, I really don't want to see it because I felt like Georgia should have took care of business the first time. Alabama would have been out of the playoffs. Georgia would have had a cakewalk for a national championship, but I guess they wanted to make it interesting. So now I have my money on Georgia. I don't think Alabama can beat them twice. Now that Alabama had to tip their hand of what they're good at, and they got their number one receiver, in my opinion, is out with an ACL, I feel like if Georgia's offense gives them something this time, Georgia will beat them. I think they would beat Alabama. But, we'll see. Like I said, I will be following most of the bowl games. It doesn't matter if it's a small game or a big bowl game. Most time I follow all of them because sometimes the ones that you don't, most time you watch, be the most exciting. So like I said, I'll be, of course, posting. I'll also be on my Twitter page. So if you follow that, make sure you check. And also like, comment, and subscribe the videos because it actually helps us get to the recommended page. So when we get to the recommended page, more people outside of my subscribers will see this actual video. So thank you for all that you have done in support. I'm your host, Ricky G. Stanley, and I am
Trying to get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible.